Afternoon, class. Now, I know we've been having a lot of long days and everything. I was just trying to get this place all set up and such, but we're gonna have to carry on regardless of all the noise in the background, all the equipment and such that you may hear, and all the nature. And I know it kind of it's not natural after being on a vessel for so long. So we're just gonna have to carry on. So gather around real close and pay attention. Today's topic is going to be about modular ships. The small modular starships, whose length vary from 100 to 200 meters, are at least 50 meters wide, are what Terrans have always produced in record numbers. The first models were developed and used during the early solar system colonization efforts. Come Earth's year 2018, and the mules, as they are often called, have spread far and wide. Many aliens who are a part of the Terran Killera Star Alliance have purchased some of these nimble and highly adaptable vessels. Excuse me. The basic premise behind von Braun's 1945 famous design was the following: anyone can build and outfit a vessel is better fit whatever purpose they need. So basically, multi-purpose vessel, hence modular ships. What most Terrans need is a fast and nimble cargo ship or vessel. The mule allows transport companies with single owners to personalize their starships. If they are traversing the more dangerous parts of the Terran monarchy borders, most of them add one or two combat modules to increase their chances of survival. They can always change those with other types of modules if one day they happen to go through some calmer waters. So, basically, if you're carrying cargo one day, you might be carrying weapons and ammunition another day, and you could be carrying troops. You never know. So, it's a multifaceted vessel. Old ships, and especially models built during the 1950s and 60s, are sought after by many. Kind of like some of the old vehicles back on Earth. They got that real beautiful, slick design. They carried up in space too. Beautiful cherry reds, especially by spacer clans who adore and design and based most, if not all, of their more modern design concepts on it. With some effort and a lot of salvage, mules can be transformed into vicious, hard-hitting colonial Navy frontline vessels. Kind of like some of the ones that were in the fleet that we saw as we were departing. They can even perform quick raids in enemy territory, followed by small carriers and troop transports full of volunteer colonial militia. Such raiding parties are the colonists' response to pirate clans and cartel aggression. The small, nimble vessels who are easy to outfit, cheap to maintain, and can be operated by a minuscule crew. A squadron of colonial Navy mules is often the last sight which slavers see before they are mercilessly annihilated by an avenging mob of colonists. Now, if none of y'all have ever seen it before, you're likely to see it happen at least once. It is a beautiful, beautiful sight. It is glorious. Really good if you end up playing some good music in the background, like Highway to Hell or Painted Black. I don't know. That last one is just my all-time favorite for whatever have you. Anyways, by the time most cartel and clan forces, albeit completely competently strike back, the colonial Navy squadron, well, they're gone, only to return and strike again later. When all of the salvage and repair teams are deployed and vulnerable. Only when they are, that is. Colonial Navy crews will fly one attack run after the other, sometimes more than 10 per hour. They would covertly exit hyperspace, cold launch torpedoes from places that their enemy think they're cleared, and then jump back and attack from another direction. So it's kind of popping in and out, launching from different directions simultaneously. They just don't know what to do. They think they're just a bigger force is suddenly on them, when it could be a really, really small force, nevertheless devastating enough. So most of them end up running. But then you got the stubborn ones. Well, they're the ones that end up dying. Let's see, colonists achieve a feat of fortitude like by having spare crews resting on a troop transport laying low as in their staging areas. Their assault would continue until their enemies have committed more than their forces in an effort to contain them. Of course, they immediately attack another target, exactly what their intent was in the first place. So basically, basic concept is you keep hammering away on an enemy in one location. They commit more and more troops, more ships, more resources, and you keep hitting them, and then you finally disappear, not to be seen. Well, where are you at now? Well, you're attacking their home base where they were just at, where it's, minusculely defended by that point. And then by the time they get the word that their base just got raided, it's too late. So we got a bit of a quote, two of them. The first one is, all warfare is based on deception. That is true. Hence, when we are able to attack, we must seem unable. When using our forces, we must appear inactive. When we are near, we must make the enemy believe we are far away. When far away, we must make them believe we are near. So, opposite day. And of course, the second quote, you might chuckle. Sun Tzu, who was this stupid Terran? Obviously, this is an alien. What an idiotic chain of thought. Those backward Terran barbarians will never win with such antiquated tactics. And that's the end of that quote. Famous last words from a pirate lord, Maham. However the hell you say his name. I can't say it right. Maybe one day someone will correct me. Before his armada jumped to attack Earth, which was, history. So, that's all I got. I expect y'all to go get some chow and go get some rest. Tomorrow's going to be a very, very, very full day. We got a lot of making up to do. And, I don't got a good feeling about things. We're going to want to be ready. That means we're going to be jumping in and doing some advanced stuff early. You already figured out how to fly. Now you're going to have to learn how to shoot effectively. So, like I said, rest now. Tomorrow's going to be a rough, rough day. All right? Carry on.